Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting race in our continuing coverage of the Crossworld Keysanity tournament. This is the winner's bracket round 3 featuring dazedcloud versus coolpapabell. Joining me in the booth tonight is the one and only Wolfman.
It has been a while since I've called this game here, Jinxie. Kinda used to Ocarina of Time Rando, but I still remember a thing or two about Crossworld Keysanity here. Just have to watch out for caverns that take us to the other world, get ourselves 7 crystals, and then hope that we don't have to go up Ganon's Tower or Aga Tower in order to finish this. Am I right?
You are correct. Well, I've had an axe so far. Every seed, knock on wood, that I have rolled has been pretty much a jet seed for our runners. I've had some amazing times come through with seeds that I have rolled. So hopefully that carries over for this race for our dear runners. But they are both fan favorites, so we don't want it too easy. We kind of want it to be a little trolly for them.
Let's see. Split decision to start. Map to Turtle Rock and a piece of heart.
Not very exciting there at the start. Ooh, we have a Kakariko Village connector.
Oh, we started... I mean, it definitely helps. Also, that was the, berry connector and, Oh, hi, GT. What are you doing here so early?
Wow, that is interesting.
And the mirror is on the torch, which means we need to find some boots, most likely.
Well, boots are always very nice to find, but knowing that you're going to have them, I feel like kind of makes you feel a little bit better.
Oh, a small key to Swamp Palace has been found, as well as one of the 2 single green rupees in the game. And, looks like the Elder House connector didn't take us that far. So, what are we going to miss out on in the race game? Just some money. Oh, tree pole providing bombs on an early tier. That should help a little.
It always feels good when you find that kind of early. Oh, looks like Magic Bat hanging out over in Hyrule Castle today. There's Mimic Cave over in Kakariko Village. Close, in the library.
So, whenever you've done Crossworld Keysanity, when do you like to actually dive into Kakariko?
I always start with the fake flipper up to the potion shop to do some Houlihan, and then I usually start back at Link's house and head and kind of do South Cack and go up through there. Ooh, we have a big key to Turtle Rock hanging out in our Hammer Pigs area.
We've already found the map to Turtle Rock, and if I recall older versions of the Rando, I don't know if it applies here, it was... Oh, that Moon Pro's gonna help a lot.
Nice.
If I recall at least older versions of the Rando, if not necessarily this current one, the way the logic's set up, if you find the map and the compass of a dungeon, nice sync, then you are kind of sort of expected to be able to actually full clear it. And yes, chat, this is an entrance rando where we are using the Crossworld logic as dazedcloud picks up that Moon Pearl.
A lot of really nice items. We do know where those boots or the mirror is on the torch of GT, so that is good knowledge for Cool Papa to have. Surprised neither runner did do that Houlihan, though. It is always nice to have some money heading into Kakariko just so you can make sure you get your bottle vendor and can buy bombs. But, you know, these are elite runners, so they're really not that worried about it at the moment.
That and our sanctuary spawn kind of took us a far distance away. Also, early desert front entrance. I believe that was West Side Snitch House.
Yeah, that's interesting. I kind of want to see what's on this torch as well, since we already know those boots are required. Well, I have rolled a seed that did not require the mirror, so, I mean, boots might not be required.
And, well, let's see. Torch number 2? Small key. We may need those boots for more than one thing here.
We know it's not that swamp small. It's quite elusive.
True, we did find the Swamp Palace small key in, Ganon's Tower, Hope Room, I believe it's called.
Ooh, Uncle hanging out in Kakariko. I never like to see him there. That's our big key of Mire. I always want Uncle to be at Agatree. He only has $5, but that big key to Mire is pretty enticing.
And there is Thieves Town. Near the, top of Kakariko, actually.
That is interesting. That is 4 pretty quick checks for our runners.
Well, at least we found the one arrow we may or may not need to take out Ganon at the end.
Yeah, I feel like you want to find that super early in a very item-rich location, so I wouldn't be terribly upset to find it here in this Thieves Town. I have him all the way up.
And to think, 6 months ago, I often had to be turned down. Ooh, there's our first small key to Palace of Darkness. And, I have not caught all of the matches when it comes to, the cross keys, but, I believe, Jay Coper was one of the participants. Ooh, lantern in the Pyramid of Power.
Not bad.
Alright, fortune teller today is a fairy. We don't need healing at this point. But perhaps the Lost Woods will provide some value. And dang it, that is the healing drop-down, or fairy drop-down.
That's not good. We are going to have item locations behind Aga 2 as well as Aga 1. Big Key Swamp.
So I may have missed some of the drop-downs here. I'm still missing 4 on my list. Lumberjack, Thieves Hideout, Kakariko Well, and Ganon.
Correct.
Well, we're about to see what's inside that Lumberjack cave.
Okay, at least we know.
Uh-oh! It's
That's
vanilla!
Quake!
But yep, Quake is... Oh... We may be in trouble, folks.
I definitely would be happy to know exactly what that is there. Kind of decide whether or not I have to have it Yeah, I mean, Quake actually was required in the last race that I commentated, but it'll be alright.
And Sanctuary dropdown is the well. We just need to find a glove.
That means if Ganon isn't over here at the Useless Fairy, we are going to have to kill Agate 2 to get to Ganon today.
And for all we know, we have to kill Aga 1 in order to access something. It's not guaranteed that we need the medallions. It's less likely an entrance rando, but...
Wow, they lucked out. There is Ganon hanging out in our Useless Fairy location. So that means our Lost Woods Thief is what's going to be behind Agate 2 today.
Small miracles, as long as that thieves' hideout doesn't have anything we need. And there's the Houlihan check. It makes sense. We're already in the area. Now, general question, and chat may know this answer as well. Cool Papa Bell just found what often I've seen called the developer cave. Because, you know, it's just like a dev room, and you rarely go there. If I recall correctly, aren't those telepathic tiles supposed to provide hints in this race? And same with the NPC bug that was inside the lumberjack house. I may be mixing up some rule sets, and that was last year where that did that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sorry, I was just double checking on the audio balances there really quickly.
My apologies that I had swapped headsets the last time that we had worked together.
No, you're just fine. I think the music was a little loud as well, so just getting everything. It's hard to restream and commentate at the same time because I can't really double check things while I'm commentating.
It's all good. dazedcloud is now in GT and is one ruby richer, as well as one Swamp Palace key closer to getting the goods.
Yeah, hopefully gonna check that torch, and they are. So he is gonna know that that mirror is on that torch. Cool Papa Bell also pulling a Houlihan there to grab some cash before traveling around Hyrule.
So just taking a look at things, I'm trying to think about maybe Eastern Palace's area is a good area to check.
Yeah, it's 4 checks, but it's kind of out of the way. And without a glove, doing those South Shore checks just is gross as well. So probably going to see these runners take a look at what's accessible super quick, just till they can get a few more items. There we have Meyer Shed, 2 items there. But with that early Moon Pearl, that could be, you know, a 4-heart Dark World.
Oh, there's a small key to Turtle Rock, so we're getting what we need to actually explore that dungeon. Kind of. Would be nice to have a Cane of Samaria, but right now that item, amongst others, is remaining elusive.
Yeah, I think the Moon Pearl being one of the most sought after items, of course, in Crossworld Keysanity, I think it's so really, really bad luck to kind of get it so soon in the game, because that pretty much opens up the entire map where you don't really have those logic decisions that you can make to kind of put it into perspective. And having that lamp as well, that kind of hurts too, because that puts a lot of different areas into play. Like, you could be forced to go all the way into Pod with 4 hearts and the Cane of Samaria. I mean, it's a situation, I think, for these runners.
Speaking of situations, they both found Misery Mire just before entering the Eastern Ruins, and they both said, nah, we'll cross that pit some other day.
Yeah, well, they can't get in there, so that helps make the decision a little bit. Ooh, and we have a pod in Eastern Palace.
Well, there's not too much we can get here, but we do have one small key. Can we make the best of it?
For another small 2-turtle rock.
That's 2 out of 4 found so far. Now, do you spend the one small key to go for the 2 additional chests in pod, or do you just bail?
I would check them.
Alright.
Pod is kind of out of the way, so I feel like I would be more inclined to see what all I could get before having to come back again.
Alright, the arena chest didn't have much, so we're going to hope for the best on the Stalfos basement.
Just a shield.
And I am not surprised by the intentional death. Makes sense to just save a little bit of time and head back out. But there's only one more cave in this area, and it's basically near the, panel to the Dark World, which we cannot get into right now.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of runners tend to isolate that location, hoping that they pull out that flute, but more often than not, this tends to be an item location, sometimes one of the bigger ones, so I think taking the extra time just to go ahead and walk down and do a save and quit, it's a little bit easier. Oh, and it's just that creepy Hotel Mario dude.
I don't think that's a good location for a hotel in this line of business. I mean, there are rampant soldiers that want to cause problems everywhere. They want to take your business elsewhere.
Agreed. There's our smiths hanging out in the fairy cave, which we already knew.
And now the bottle vendor, not exactly vending a bottle, but we'll make do.
We're gonna get a look at these desert connectors. I like this play. I am an early connector person. I like to kind of get an all save and quit right there in Kakariko Village. You could have access to something pretty cool.
Well,
like like Floating Island.
But also Paradox Cave connector at Light World Swamp Palace, and there is actual Swamp Palace in the dark.
And with that Moon Pearl, we can do some digging around here. So far, nothing exciting because we can't do much in Swamp. But that's a very important item. Oh, there we have a Turtle Rock entrance. Nice little bomb set up there by dazedcloud. Gonna check the other entrance.
So we found the treasure room, and here's the security room.
Oh, wow.
And that's a pretty good position.
Tahara.
I will not object an early Haradive right now. Especially if we have a flute.
Wow. That is going to make transportation a whole lot nicer for dazedcloud. Papa gonna go ahead and take a connector, see where that takes them. Kind of at the end of his journey anyway. Okay, another Dark World location.
That is a Southern Dark World, actually. So we have access to a few things, including Stumpy, the dig game, And a cave that some call hype and some don't. But we have
Ooh, spiral.
now Spiral's interesting because it's only, you know, a one-way trip basically. Also, was that desert left that was right next to Hera? Did I see that right?
I missed it, but there's Hyrule Castle.
Okay, Death Mountain has all the dungeon connections. So what's in this one? Waterfall of the Wishing, providing us a map to Hera while we're right there, and a small key to ice.
Very quick map check.
And it's a pendant in Hera.
Interesting.
Now, even if Hera is completely optional, I would say it's still worth the time to get that flute.
Oh, for sure. Ooh, what? We are gonna have a bomb escape here from dazedcloud.
Let's see here. You need minimum 5 bombs to get to the cellar, because you can use pots on the jailkeeper, but there's not a lot of room for error. Still rewarded with the Sanctuary Heart that full heals you every time you pick it up. Unfortunately, there's only one in the entire game, so gotta savor it while it lasts. And coolpapabell finding the Graveyard Cave.
Mail upgrade, not bad.
I will gladly take blue mail in this.
Especially when you're traversing the dark world on 4 hearts.
And there we go. dazedcloud does pull it off with the 1 bomb to spare, and decides to spend the key.
Ooh, there's our potion shop.
Well, that will come in handy if we ever find a mushroom. Or a bottle just to buy some blue potions. And that prison guard, not caring as much that Zelda's apparently escaped from her cell and wants to take out the ball and chain guard. There we go. Just needed a little motivation.
Let's see what Stumpy has for us today. Oh, big key. To Hera.
And Stumpy had the Compass of Easter. Now, considering what we have for Hera right now, I mean, admittedly, back of Skull Woods. I believe that was at the archery house.
It was.
Considering what we have right now for Hera, we could, with bombs, access every item except for the one on Moldor. Is it a good idea? I don't fully know about that. The bumper enemies have caused problems for me before.
Daze is using Princess Zelda spray.
Yes, Dazed is using, Dazed was hoping to have a quick death warp, but that was the 4th heart piece, so immediate fill up. And
One dig on the dig game.
For 300, not bad. However, if I've counted the entrances correctly, that's all of the in-logic accessible entrances that we can take in the Dark World right now. which means our answer is elsewhere.
Wow, connector over to Dark Pod area.
Now that does open up a few more checks. But what about the west side?
We're probably gonna have to be very careful going through this spiral cave. No permanent weapons, just a few bombs. Okay, so we're gonna get to see what's over in the Ice Rod Cave area.
I see a bomb disaster in your future.
Wow, so Ice Rod Cave is nada today. Coolpapabell making it through that spiral cave for his 5 rupees. Let's see where our connector takes us today. Okay, not terrible. It's nice that they're kind of getting these glove lock locations out of the way without the gloves, so they're not going to have to worry about isolating those areas.
And Ether is the medallion to access whatever is in that initial Turtle Rock entrance. Of course, we may not need Ether, or any of them really, but who knows?
dazedcloud wasting no time activating that flute. I'm sure we're going to see them go right up to Death Mountain.
Sorry for being
Coolpapabell
quiet.
also setting up that bomb jump. Ooh, grabs the big chest in Turtle Rock. Gonna go do some exploring here. I like this play. That big key plus 2 small keys. Go for it.
I'm having second thoughts. Meantime, with that flute, we can now access... Well, there's a Paradox Cave entrance number 2. And we'll probably find the third one shortly.
Here's our book.
Well, that opens up an additional entrance to Desert Palace. And if we really wanted to take a look at what's on the Master Sword pedestal, we could, but I don't think that location is incentivized enough to make the trip worth it. Also, nice fake flipper by Coolpapabell to head over to the potion shop area.
These poor runners without a permanent weapon. And still no permanent weapon from Paradox Cave.
And now we have to spend one of those bombs just to make it easy to go across. And we're not checking that third entrance yet. Now, due to the way that the game is programmed, we know that one of these west side Death Mountain caves has to be the exit to Death Mountain Ascent. And since we have the lantern on hand, we can easily identify it.
It could be in Hera.
It could be, but that would mean we need the mirror to get access to it.
Yep. It's back in desert. Ooh, we're gonna get a key steal.
Now, I don't recall if the logic accounts for key stealing,
No.
but it does not. Is it ever worth it to key steal?
Yes.
I've apparently missed some of the meta. Why do you say that?
One time I stole the key and found the hammer, another time I found the mirror, and one other time I found the hook shot. So I always steal the key and just save scum it.
Well, speaking of key, there is a big key on top of Spectacle Rock, which is housing Hookshot Cave.
I mean, stealing the key is just my personal preference. I'm sure there's people that will argue against it. But oh yeah, I guess it does account for key stealing. Yeah, you're right, Jacober. This hookshot cave, unfortunately, we do not have a hookshot.
And we don't even have the boots to check that one chest in the southeast quadrant. Ooh.
To Kakariko. Interesting.
More than Kakariko, that's the village of outcasts.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Words are tough.
Well, you had the right idea, just wrong, corruption level, that's all.
Coolpapabell also finding Hera, deciding not to check those chests just yet.
While dazedcloud has found some Kukos that have been unaffected by the transformation effect, and get some bombs for the trouble. And yeah, chat has pointed out, Coolpapabell is very low on bombs. That may affect the decision to actually explore Hera.
That's a shame, because that would be really helpful for them.
Also, that was a bumper cave, I believe. Alright, what's inside the fortune house?
There's our old man.
Actually...
No! That's not our old man.
Yeah, that's the Death Mountain Descent Cave. Which is not one I see too much. Usually because I don't have the lantern by the time I find it. But it does bring us to an interesting location. The mystery shop.
That kind of hurts, finding these locations that you know you're going to have to come back to with the mirror, knowing where the mirror is.
I just have to wonder where those boots are. Because boots not only help us go faster, but they also help with actually, going from Dark World to Light World at a number of checks where it's necessary in order to get some items. Ooh, Coolpapabell barely dodging the snitch lady. Last thing you want to do is to have the entrance to Desert Palace literally locked out from you.
He's gonna jump into Skullwoods.
For those unfamiliar with the Crossworld algorithm, perhaps I should talk about it a little bit. So basically, you've seen a number of caves where we could theoretically go from Light World to Dark World and vice versa. It doesn't matter what entrance you take, any of them could be connected. There are some sanity restrictions put in place, though. All drop-downs will always take you to, whenever you take a drop-down hole, the exit will always be basically at the same screen as the initial drop-down. And for Skull Woods, only the back of Skull Woods could be anything random. Oh, that Gibdo is rude! And because that's on the same super tile, that Gibdo is not moving. Apparently the Gibdo is trying to become Captain America. Okay, please do not tell me I am the only one that knows that reference. So, the reason why Dazed did not use a bomb at that point, Dazed only had 1 health, and bomb explosions take away a health. Take away a heart, so it would have been not the greatest play. And here we go. Free shot to get that treasure.
For a small
But
key to Meyer. That's makes you feel bad.
that's not exactly the treasure I had in mind.
I still want to know how long our poor runners are going to have to go without a weapon.
One of the... There was a race a year or two ago where it was not Crossworld, but it did take almost 100 minutes to get our first sword. We may be in a similar situation.
Yeah, it never feels good when a sword is your Gomo.
Also, small key on bumper ledge. Ooh, the reservoir gate for Swamp Palace has been found. Fortunately, because this is entrance rando, you only have to pull this switch once.
Bombs and bees for Ganon. I like that sauteed onion.
And I also like the anonymous gifter providing a gift sub to CyberChow X. Thank you for contributing to the Zelda Speedruns family. Now, what's inside the Dark Chapel, as it's often called? Ah, the good entrance to inside of Spectacle Rock. The
Just for
item...
$10.
The item not so good. And I think we already saw the other connector, so there's no point in falling down. But at the same time, the only place left on this part of the world that hasn't been checked yet is the mysterious shop, I believe. As coolpapabell gets the piece of heart in Dark Cross. And I don't know why, I sometimes call that house the kitchen house.
I think we all have nicknames for those random houses that we hate to see in Cross Keys. Yeah, looks like Daze is going to go ahead and end his route on that trolley Skullwoods. We can get a ped check too at some point. Not at the moment because Daze doesn't have that mirror, but we do have the book.
Ah, there's a better entrance to Skullwoods. Not so much a better reward, though. And, the map to Swamp Palace. Okay, game, we get it. Swamp Palace is appealing. But we're kinda missing the flippers and hammer in order to fully explore it. So I have to wonder where that's located. And one more check to go. Ooh, coolpapabell, remembering the, Paradox shop. Good idea to refill on bombs.
Well, in Cross Keys, this chest is always going to be a small key to Skullwoods.
Well, it's always good to have the small key, at least.
Yeah, especially if you find, you know, a sword where you can go ahead and kill Mothula.
Alright, I'm trying to take a look at the entrances right now, and I'm thinking we either have to actually take the Desert Palace entrance, or we may need to consider going towards Pod and thus having to pay Kiki the monkey.
Dave's finding Spiral Cave as well.
And Cool Papa Bell finding the alert room of Turtle Rock. Apparently I missed the connector that took them up above, but wasn't a big deal, and is now fluting away. And oh, Dazed, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I don't know if you can dodge the Lionel Fireball! One heart to spare for 2 entrances.
That's some good serpentine there. Or a potion shop.
Yeah, I thought that swapping from East Dark Death Mountain to West Dark Death Mountain would be good for business. Unfortunately, not so much.
Ooh, Upgrade Fairy is not a terrible thing to find, though.
And only purchasing bombs, but then again, bombs are typically of higher priority for the majority of the run. And you remember how you talked about how the old man could be found at the Tower of Hera entrance? Because I think that's where the old man is.
Because of course he is.
So, this seed has some apparent sense of humor today. I mean, it'll certainly be a Tower of Terror if we can't get up there. And right now, we can't. We don't have a light world entrance, and we don't have a mirror to take us up there. We do have blue tunics for both players, though. So at least defense-wise, we are better equipped. But 40 minutes in, and it really feels like we have a bit of an... I'm trying to remember the right term, like an item dearth, I guess?
We are running out of locations. But, look here at the pod area. Although we haven't really seen a connector yet. Oh yeah, we did. Hyrule Castle connects over to the pod area.
And that means the best way to get to Hyrule Castle, or to head over there, Kakariko to Desert, to West Side, Desert Front to Desert West Side, then take the normal Paradox entrance, Hyrule Castle South, head to Hyrule Castle East, and there you go.
That's gross.
It could be a whole lot worse.
We can open up the desert entrance as well.
I don't remember if either runner checked out Agina's cave, actually.
Yeah, we did. It's a connector.
That may be one of the connectors I'm missing on my map. Good to know.
I mean, that's what I marked. I don't know. Randomly getting tired, so I might have marked it wrong.
Cross keys can take a lot out of you. So I completely understand. Now, unfortunately, the bridge chest in Skullwood's not offering too much of value right now. And without a sword, we can't go to the back for Mothula. Also, we need the fire rod, so we're definitely missing some items, assuming we even need to go there. Oh, chat.
Nailed it.
Alright, Days managing to get 300 rupees. And, wait a second. Okay, I did not see the cave correctly on Cool Papa Bell's site, but that is the descent. And now we're heading towards Mini Moldorm Cave, it looks like.
Yeah, Daze hasn't checked this yet. Took that connector to Hyrule over to the Ice Rock Cave area, but didn't check the Mini Moldorm Cave.
Which today is now the Fairy Cave. Getting some extra money for safety before heading to the west. We have a book. We have caves to explore. And choosing not to gamble, while Cool Papa Bell finds the interior of Spectacle Rock, but will probably be disappointed at what's inside. Desert Ledge not having much. And Dazed is going to double check what is at Agina. Chat wanted to see a flute. Chat gets a flute. But we're fluting to a potion shop, which today is a mini fairy cave. Question from chat, were the other entrances to Spectacle Rock Cave found? I want to say the exit one has, but not the lookout. And the lookout is effectively one way. Anyway, the final entrance to Paradox, oh, that's where that took us. Okay, that was one of the paths I missed earlier.
I was trying to think if they found that entrance as well, and I can't remember for sure.
Alright, Dazed hoping to do some fake flipper magic in order to have easy access to King Zora and whatever is behind the waterfall, or... yeah, we could also visit the camper under the bridge first. That makes sense. Just have to watch out for the guards on top of the bridge. If you're unlucky, they will snipe you. And due to the way this rando is designed, if you are damaged when you're not on the screen you did the fake flipper on, instant death. Unfortunately, the camper not providing too much of value right now. As Cool Papa Bell has to be careful with the Gibdos. Ooh, that Wallmaster. And Dazed chose to spend the fake flipper on effectively the potion shop, but we have the flute, we can just try again. Alright, so what will come first? Waterfall of the Wishing. which today is the waterfall of the shop. Coolpapabell falling into Skull Woods, but not many things available in there, and oh, small key on the Zora ledge. Now we need to consider adding flippers to the list. Come on, King Zora. Please, give us something. One type of footwear. Please.
Pretty sure that our poor runners have found just about every shop in the entire game.
And no dice. So, if I've understood our connectors correctly, I think we either have to enter desert or take the Hyrule Castle path to pod area.
Well, I think we're getting a ped check.
Not necessarily a bad idea right now. We are running low on locations, and we know that we can at least see something here. So, we need to hope... I don't know if we want to hope for something good for them or good for us. But the moment of truth. Today, the pedestal contains... maximum health increased! Yeah! Oh, wait, that's just a heart container. Never mind.
Ooh, Coolpapabell finding the old man ascent.
Probably... Was that in the Dark World? Because I think we've seen all the other Light World checks.
That was at the entrance to Desert, Vanilla Desert.
Oh, there we go. That's how we get up there. Which also means we can check out what's on the Ether tablet. Nothing important. Now, rescuing the old man has an extra benefit. 2, I should say. And by 2, I mean 2 entrances that we can now access. Because the Elder Cave, there's a front entrance and a back entrance. Front entrance is right here, as it is normally. Ooh, and our first bottle. And oh, Day's going for pot strategies against the bumpers. Not necessarily a bad one, it is a little time consuming though. Now Coolpapabell going to find out that West Dark Death Mountain will not have much value. And Tower of Hera's not providing a lot either right now. We only have access to one more chest, the big chest, and we're actually taking the vanilla way in. Nothing. The only thing we've gotten out of Tower of Hera was the flute. I am genuinely starting to think that the pod area is where we have to go. And I think dazedcloud was thinking about it, maybe wanted the Dark World version. So here's where note tracking can really come into play. Both runners are using an entrance tracker. I believe it is based off of... I want to get the name right. Seth made it. Oh, whoa, okay. That was an unfortunate image there, but fortunately we get to save and quit before being eaten there. So I only noticed the back mountain exit cave from the Elder. What was the front one?
I missed it as well.
Also, the entrance tracker, I want to say our runners are using Seth's. I don't know the long name, and oh, front was the the Hammer House. Ouch. And at this point, I think Daze realizes, yeah, we have to head to the pod area. This is the only area I have on my tracker that we haven't seen yet. So we are going to have access to 3 entrances and 1 freestanding item. Freestanding item being the one on the Pyramid of Power. And, our apologies, folks. We cannot fully help how this seed is going right now. Ooh, and stealing the key for Desert, I don't think provided that much value. Yeah, coolpapabell resetting directly.
Yeah, definitely not worth hunting that desert small for just an extra turtle rock key.
And unfortunately, paying Kiki the monkey did not provide the value we were looking for. So we are down to, if I'm counting correctly, the Monkey Hut, the Trees Fairy Cave, and the Pyramid Ledge. So here's the Monkey Hut. Oh, now that's a good find. Sahasrara telling us the green pendant is in Ice Palace. And there's a Cane of Samaria along with a pod key, but logically, I don't think the Cane of Samaria is going to help us that much unless we really want to brave the Chain Chomps and leave through the front entryway of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, we can get to Laser Bridge now.
Logically, yes. And oh, there's Akina's cave. And we've already seen the big chest of Turtle Rock because I believe it was coolpapabell who bomb jumped in that direction. And there we
fire
go.
rod.
Now the fire rod will give us access to the Skullwoods back entrance, which won't be Skullwoods, but honestly, we're running out of locations, so that's something.
That's right side GT as well.
That is right side Ganon's tower. Yes.
Well, I think they need another key though.
Actually, you're right. I don't think I've seen any of them get small keys. So that leaves Tile Room. Oh gosh, are we dependent on Tile Room for this sea to continue? Pyramid Ledge, please be kind. No. Okay, so, Tile Room or Skullwoods entrance? Because, according to my notes, that's what we're left with. Jinxie, you know how you said that you've rolled a lot of good, quick seeds lately? I'm wondering if perhaps
Yep.
I'm that luck.
I think talking about rolling my excellent seeds is what cursed our runners. They did talk to the bottle vendor, yes. I don't think we found Sick Kid yet. See, the mistake I made was playing a seed before I commentated and restreamed. So now I'm like messed up.
Alright, dazedcloud does have enough small keys to make it to the front portion of Turtle Rock. If we can avoid the chain chomps, this will give us a few extra options. It is still kind of a dangerous play, though. And at this point, let's just check the lava chest, because why not? Ah, big key to thieves. That'll open things up a little bit. Alright, time for one of the more dangerous rooms of Turtle Rock. The chain chomps.
Yeah, this definitely does leave a decision for Days, because they can go up out the front and get those 2 checks, or they can just get the boots.
That is a rude location for the Pegasus boots. Come on, game.
It's like Cool Papa Bell is not far behind them.
However, Cool Papa Bell is heading towards the laser bridge area, which isn't a bad idea, but in this case, not in the direction towards the boots, but then again, dazedcloud is also heading in this direction, and does find value in the hook shot. Yeah, Turtle Rock is providing plenty of goods, but unfortunately, old Cool Papa Bell never got Kana Samaria from Sahasrara, who was located right just south of the Monkey Hut, I believe. Which means if Cool Papa Bell struggles to remember that Hyrule Castle connector, there's an extra shield, then that's going to cause problems.
Another quad small.
Ooh. I would consider taking the entrance. Oh no, no sword. Okay, we have hookshot, we're good. No, normally I would complain about East Desert exit, but in this case, we'll take it.
There's a sword.
That is a rude location for a sword. That was our first one, folks. In the meantime, Cool Papa Bell... Well, there's the red mail we could have used earlier for those chain chomps. And there's the castle tower key.
There's our ice rod.
So, depending on the number of keys we have and how we use them, we could theoretically clear out Turtle Rock right now. Now, I do say clear out, and I do mean that. However, I don't know if we necessarily have enough magic and fighter sword spin attacks to make it worthwhile. In the meantime, the hookshot, we can go through Bumper Cave the other way and find the other kind of sort of bad cave. So now, with sword in hand, along with a bunch of other goodies, I think I like dazedcloud's idea to head to Ganon's tower. After all, we can finally get that magic mirror.
They could also take that key under the pot and go to the right.
However, coolpapabell heading to Misery Mire first. And, Dazed, yeah, I think Dazed forgot about the small key on the hammer side.
They might be trying to stay a little bit in logic now that they're getting progression.
And I never knew of that strategy, just placing the Samaria block in the tiles. Block is pretty resilient and does last a bit. I may have to steal that for next time.
Yeah, it's a nice little trick, especially if you don't really have anything super awesome.
And unfortunately, tile room not really paying off.
Okay, Daze is gonna grab that key now. Just 20 bucks so far in Mire.
Honestly, I would also consider just taking an intentional death to heal up before you head to the right side. In the meantime, Mire hasn't... I think we've only seen one check, but hasn't provided much.
Nope, not yet. There's flippers.
Flippers in Mire Big Chest. Yeah, that's also kind of important. Alright, Dazed has to be careful.
Bombos and Ether.
On two different sides of the screen, there's another key to Turtle Rock. There's the cave. And Dazed wants to visit the Ice Armos. This is a bit of a dangerous trek here. And unfortunately, without a lot of magic, I mean, it's doable, but very risky. Yeah, I would take the normal statue approach instead of bombing across. If you fail the bomb jump, you will fall in that hole. Meantime, coolpapabell heading to what some call the Dark World Shopping Mall, because it's a tiny little corner out of the way where everyone likes to social distance a bit. And we just have to... unfortunately, one store is currently closed, but... Oh! dazedcloud, be very careful, please. There's the treasure chest game. Nothing important. And the other one... Dazed? I don't know if you have enough hearts to take it! Don't scare me with red mail. Please don't.
That is definitely good knowledge to have, like what damage you can take with your mails. Oh, I think they were hoping for a clutch refill there.
The sandcar was already picked up by them, though. There wasn't going to be much of a refill to be had.
Unless he had enough heart pieces. Gonna go with the cape and slash strats. Not a bad idea.
As long as you keep slashing your sword, the magic meter does drain slower. Because every slash pauses the timer just a little bit. But it's starting to get out of hand here. We're almost out of magic.
I think you got it.
I'm more concerned about when it swaps over to the next phase. If you align yourself, like, on the southern end, and one of the Armos Knights is below you, you're good. There. Near stunlock situation, and coolpapabell is finally on the right track. There's Sahasrara.
Daze did it with half a heart.
With
Ooh, a sword.
another sword. That was... The swords have not been in kind locations this seed, have they?
Definitely not.
Then again, this is a winner's bracket match, so perhaps this is just the goddess Hylia trying to offer some counterbalance.
Looks like they're gonna head back to pod.
Well, we did get, we are up to 3 small keys now, and the big key, but no, we're turning around.
Meyer,
Fire makes sense.
which is full clearable for dazedcloud. Gonna pick up those flippers.
It technically is full clearable, but I mean, even with red mail, I do not like the concept of 8-heart Master Sword Vitreous. Vitreous is actually one of the stronger bosses offensively. Even the lightning attack, I believe, does 2 damage at minimum. Okay, chat is saying 3 hearts? It's 2 or 3, I'm forgetting which one. Either way, you would also have to take out the eyeballs without, you know, a bow and arrow, which it would be the common item to use. But we don't have bows, we don't have arrows. Well, let me rephrase, we don't have arrows we can fire. And we certainly don't have silver arrows to make things easier. We have to do this the hard way. Of course, coolpapabell now checking out the pyramid ledge, but there's not much to write home about up there.
Yeah, and unfortunately it doesn't have that mirror yet, so not even going to be able to check the entrances on top.
So while we're waiting for Daze to be able to move, thank you to the anonymous gifter who provided a subscription to Adilor Solthair. Thank you for contributing to the Zelda Speedruns family. We have a new overworld check for coolpapabell, the Dark World Potion Shop.
And thanks again for the tier 1 gift sub, anonymous gifter.
And dazedcloud now has Bombos, while Cool Papa Bell has the big key to Skull Woods. Not exactly what we're looking for, but maybe we are. We don't know yet. I am definitely not used to this routing of Misery Mire, but it appears to be efficient enough. Yeah, I would say that worked out rather well. As long as you know how to hook shot across to the bridge chest and make your way back down.
Cool Papa Bell heading back into Ganon's tower. Gonna do the right side without the boots, but will be rewarded with another sword should they go all the way to Ice Armos.
As long as the health isn't lost too horribly, Cool Papa Bell should be fine. And Seryu, we do not talk about that room in Mire. Why did you bring that up? The dark rooms of Misery Mire, not a problem for Dazed. Lantern in hand, we are able to see what we need to. And Cool Papa Bell realizing, oh wait, don't have a key, but choosing to save and quit, so no extra sword right now. And as for dazedcloud, has cape on hand. Hi, Vitreous. Hope you don't mind me shaving a little off the top here. Okay, there's a lot of gunk on these eyes here. Let me get them off, oh, wait, the eyes themselves are going away? Sorry, I'm guessing you didn't read my contract. No, if there's a mistake that happens, you're on the hook for it.
Papa Bell about to get the bad news about that key scum. And Vitreous is down for dazedcloud, taking first blood here. Ooh,
And
for the tempered.
another sword. Come on, game. That is a rude location. But for now,
Getting our first look at Ice Palace here. No hammer, so only going to be able to get these first 2 chests, but this is a good play because sometimes there's some good things in Swamp. And progression can be stupid.
moment of truth. That's stupid progression. That is officially stupid progression with the power glove.
Yep.
And that key on top. Oh, the big key to desert
Wow.
was on top of Spectacle Rock. So, depending on... We don't know if this is a pendant or a crystal yet. We know Misery Mire is a crystal because that was what was dropped from Vitreous. We don't know if it's a 5/6 crystal because I didn't check the pause screen.
I always forget to check the pause screens.
Well, the thing is, part of the rule set for Crossworld Keysanity, you may notice that our runners don't always go to the pause screen. They can use the left and right shoulder buttons to quick swap to the next item on their list. So some runners actually prefer to do that just to try to save some in-game time. Oh, Cool Papa Bell, please do not hate us for this one. Sword is in the small key chest. I know you want it. Woohoo! Nice recovery from the laser. And with that crystal from the Landmolas, boots and mirror were required. And there we go. Cool Papa Bell finally has a permanent weapon.
dazedcloud gonna turn back in the old man.
After picking up some couch cash. So now I just have to wonder, what is in the front portion of Turtle Rock?
Yeah, that's definitely the section I want to see.
Oh, that was a lot of lag it looked like on my end for Cool Papa Bell, but managing to survive, that's the important part.
There's that first bottle for dazedcloud. Oh, I bet he's gonna go over and take care of Moldorm.
It makes sense, we have a sword, a tempered one at that. Now, Moldorm is only for a pendant, but it could be a good pendant.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Or a good item, that's what I meant to say.
Ooh, or not. Oh, gonna get that. They can get the small key now off the torch as well as the big chest. Dude.
Oh, and also setting up for a Harapot. And wow, okay, spin speed plus hook shot plus precise movement equals good warp.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only way I can Harapot. I didn't take the time to learn it very well.
And apparently Moldorm is so bad of a boss, we're not even hearing the boss music right now. Didn't even give us a good reward. And because we know that the Master Sword pedestal is something important, we're just going to skip over that pendant.
Cool Papa Bell heading back into Ganon's tower. Interesting that dazedcloud is just focusing on the connector instead of the 2 items that are available to him here.
Well, the thing is, Desert Rite takes you to Swamp Palace, and also this random item and the other Light World caves, where, oh,
Wow.
the bow on the Death Mountain floating island. Once again, game is giving us a unique experience tonight. And Days thought about it and decided, yeah, let's dive in, and this will prove beneficial because the glove is on the second chest. Oh, and coolpapabell has found the Cave of Interesting Value, where today it is a mushroom munitions cave. And I thought I also saw, like, a compass to mire. Ah, that was on Sanctuary Bunk Rocks. Alright, what is inside the well today? We have bombs. We have a big key to pod, we're gonna need that. Compass to GT. And a blue boomerang. I still don't think we've actually found any small keys to Ganon's tower, have we?
No.
This feels atypical. But you also want to know what feels atypical? Not having a hammer.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, our only way to enter the Dark World is through connectors. We don't have a hammer, we don't have the Titan's Mitts, and we haven't found where the castle tower is located so that we can use the entry gates to enter the Dark World. But now, it's time for the Trinex battle. Also, what is that small key on the Torchin Desert?
Just a Skullwoods.
Not what we're looking for. Alright, 2 necks down, 1 more to go. Nicely done.
They have a lot of mirror locations to check.
That they do, and, well, wouldn't you know, Turtle Rock is also a crystal. So if I've counted correctly, that is 3 known crystals so far. And we could look at our map to see if Thieves Town is one. Also, apparently, left side of the desert is where the intended entrance of Turtle Rock is. So, now's a good time to check it out since, well, we don't have the Titan's Mitts, we may as well make the best of it. Now, granted, we do have access to this location. Oh. Now, that mirror shield would have been helpful a while ago. Also, small key to pot on the potion shop. Yeah, That is true. The mirror shield is normally found in this dungeon, but in the big key chest. And now the Bombos tablet. I missed what that said.
Yeah, that went a little fast for me. I'm gonna try and catch it on the replay here.
According
Lots
to
of
chat,
small keys.
yeah, small key to Ice Palace was what was missed. And we're finding more shops right now. Actually, I may not have it on my end, but have we found Ice Palace yet?
No.
So for all we know, we need Ice Palace for something, and we just don't know where. Yeah, we may very well need the Titan's Mitts just to enter the swamp area. But hey, with Sword and Fire Rod, we can take out Mothula, so this isn't a bad idea. And it looks like some maps were checked by coolpapabell. Swamp Palace and Thieves Town do contain crystals.
Yeah, Cool Papa is gonna just be clearing dungeons that they know they can finish.
And now for Mothula's Arena, because Mothula is not that bad by themselves. It's just the moving spikes and conveyor belts that cause problems. But not this time. And, well, there is our third pendant.
That's at least full crystal knowledge for dazedcloud. Not so much what 5, 6 are, but that he knows what the rest of the crystals are.
But this also means coolpapabell will require the bow in order to clear out Pod and Eastern. And we've only found one of them. Now, for those that remember older versions of the Rando, the silver arrows are now considered progressive with the bow. So that means there are 2 bows out there, but it is possible for one bow to lock the other.
Hey, there's Super Bunny.
I missed the cave that was checked.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh wait, just came out of Skullwoods. That Skullwoods back.
Oh, okay.
Compass to Hera. And small key to Meyer. And, well, there's the good one. And we finally have a small key to Ganon's Tower. All that for a library of arrows. But with the glove, we can now access these 2 caves. With the first one,
We can get both chests in here.
we can. First one being the Castle Tower, or Aga Tower, depending on what you like to call it. Cool Papa Bell taking out Mothula's arena. And Aga not providing some goods today. And Lightside not helping either. We are running low on entrances we can check right now. And of course, when we do that, we sometimes have to think about the entrances that are rarely thought of. Left side race game, anyone? I'm guessing it's an unpopular vote choice there. Can't really blame anyone. It may be the most, Oh, okay, both have done left side race game door. I had missed that.
There's Ice Palace.
Ice Palace in King's Tomb? That's kinda cold.
I appreciate you, sir.
Why, thank you, Jinxie. Graveyard Ledge today contains... There's that Spectacle Rock lookout. I knew we were missing it somewhere. So, honestly, I would consider going to Ice Palace now. We don't have the big key, but most of the time, we can get away without it. There are a few different tricks that are available to basically not need the big key unless, for whatever reason, there's something required in the big chest. You could either take care of some tricky bomb jumps, or you can do, I believe, what now some call an icebreaker strategy that involves pixel-perfect movement in conjunction with using the Cane of Samaria.
Looks like we're going to get a catfish check and then probably a pod dip because dazedcloud can go ahead and finish pod.
I don't think dazedcloud can finish pod.
Yeah, he got 4 keys, that's enough. It's fine.
4 keys, yes. Hammer, no.
Oh, that's right. Hammer's probably in pod. I wonder why he isn't checking catfish.
Well, we gotta turn in the mushroom first. Now we're checking catfish. Oh, and in the meantime, Cool Papa Bell double-checking the top of Hyrule Castle. I missed what connector took him up there, but... Hey, we found Quarreling Brothers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My head is just a tad swimmy today. I'm not sure what's going on. I just started not feeling very well, so I apologize to chat and to my co-com for being a little off my game commentating today.
All good. Also, okay, Misery Mire and Pod are actually our 5-6 crystals. But more importantly, that's a rude bomb shop location. You have to mirror basically where Mimic Cave is. And honestly, I want to shout out Jinxie Girl, because this is not an easy one to call, and I couldn't do this without her. Let's also not forget
about...
Let's also not forget about shouting out our trackers here. Assuming I didn't rush the command. I probably rushed the command. Ooh, small key to Thieves Town on Zora Ledge. Yeah, now we're going over. Oh, but ew. That's just ew. And yeah, sorry, Dazed. Can't get to Thieves Town that way. Now, Cool Papa Bell, remembering that they do have the big key to Skullwoods, is there anything important in that chest? Maybe. That's a shovel.
I feel like I would have went with Pod over Thieves Town.
Okay, for some reason the tracker command is not working, but I do wish to shout out Liberal and Samimas for tracking today's match. And of course, we cannot forget about the runners who are actually showcasing how Crossworld Keysanity can sometimes be a bit unique. dazedcloud and coolpapabell2282. Alright, we may as well start digging. Are we digging for treasure, or digging for not so much treasure? A small key to GT. Ooh. That's the second one we found. So, it may be required, question mark? It's kind of hard to say at this point. It is true that we cannot go on to the left side without the hammer. And heck, we don't even have the big key to Ganon's tower yet. So really, right now that small key is a little bit superfluous. Alright, the big chest in Thieves Town will have to wait. Instead, we're about to have a pun-off. Blind, you go first. A novice skier often jumps to conclusions. So, Blind, I heard that you and 9 of your colleagues tried to enter a contest, but I heard, there were no winners. No pun intended. Okay. I will accept your surrender of the big key to Eastern Palace as a consolation. Thank you.
Days is just getting one item into another, like this big chain of events knocking out all these crystals. Oh, we haven't found Eastern yet.
You're right, we haven't. So, I'm forced to wonder where it could be. I think Cool Papa Bell is only heading down this left side to pick up the small key. And Bomb Shop Bunk Rocks providing a fortune teller. So let's check the light side instead.
I don't think Papa has the bow or the big keys. I'm not going to get very far.
And Ice Rod Cave not providing anything. Which means... Did I miss us checking out the Haunted Grove Cave?
Yes. I don't remember what it was, though.
Okay, thank you. So it really feels like we're running low on entrances. Oh yeah, I never checked what was on Lake Hylia Island.
It was a key. Ganon's Tower.
There's 3. That's the minimum we need. And a question from chat, is the hammer always required? Let's see.
It is today.
Definitely required today, but as far as could it ever not be? Let's see. We'd have to eliminate Pod, we'd have to eliminate Swamp Palace.
And
We'd have to eliminate Ice Palace.
I mean, it would have to be like a 4 or under Crystal Fast Ganon, I would say, that would not require the hammer.
You know, I just thought of something rude. What if we find the big key? What if we find the big key to Ganon's Tower, and we actually have to complete Aga 2 in order to access the pyramid for the hammer in Thieves' Hideout?
I've seen it in stupider places.
I don't know if that brings much comfort, but... Alright, Cool Papa Bell, assuming they can get through Ice Armos, will have another sword to their name. Ooh. Had an unexpected fall there. Nothing wrong with using the hookshot for safety. And we're going through Hyrule Castle again, but at this point we've already gotten the items we care about.
This might be the pod play. I know I keep saying that, but I feel like this time I'm right.
It makes sense. We can get to the pod entrance, mirror, take the eastern entrance, and then enter pod. Because...
Or gonna check the top of the pyramid.
That also works. There are at least 2 different connectors up there, because I saw at least Quarreling Brothers on Cool Papa Bell's side. But I missed the other connector. And Cool Papa Bell has to be careful. Even though we have red mail, the damage tables on the Armos will always take away half a heart per hit. So... kinda have to be careful here with movement. Oh, there's Sick Kid. Not providing anything, but there's Sick Kid.
We are running out of item locations. I'm not even gonna say it.
Then I will. The locations that I believe we are missing still include Pod, which is where dazedcloud's going, and Desert Palace Big Chest.
Yeah, we still have some more items in Ice Palace, obviously, but no hammer. I believe the only item locations, these ones I don't have marked off, which I could have missed, is Mini Moldorm, the Bomb Hut, Spike Cave, Catfish, the Smith Sequence, and the Mimics.
Yeah, Ice Palace we only have access to 4 of the 8 checks. You are correct on that. Alright, Pod. How kind do you want to be today? Well, Bugnet's kind of nice for safety.
Oh no! And I'm pretty sure they have a potion. Unless they used it. There's Smockita Desert.
And there's the other single green rupee. But yeah, unfortunately, Cool Papa Bell would have needed a ferry for the revival there. And Harmless Hallway? Final pod key. And so we're gonna loop around because most runners find it easier to perform what's called a hammer yump, or effectively a double pixel perfect hammer bomb jump. I think the yump was borrowed from the Super Mario World community.
Hey, half magic, not bad at all.
I mean, it's a great convenience item, but that's not the item we're looking for.
That one,
is...
however.
And
That's go mode. No, he still hasn't found Eastern. He probably needs Titans to go to the Mire entrance.
I think you're right on that. We are not out of the woods quite yet, but Dazed thinks they are. This means if Titan's mitts are in the upper left dark maze, ooh, this may be a problem.
I mean, we could have found Eastern and I just missed it.
I haven't seen Eastern either. And the few times that I have... No. Eastern Palace is usually a go mode dungeon the few times I have messed with Crossworld Keysanity. It's... Eastern can be very elusive when it wants to be. Now, Cool Papa Bell doing the hammer yump from the top side, trying to line it up correctly, gets it. Now here's the question. Once that hammer's gotten, will the other chest be checked? The one bow that we found...
they still haven't found the Eastern Palace big key off blind.
True. And the only bow we found so far is... There's the final sword. Okay, dazedcloud is fine for now. But, Death Mountain Floating Island is where we've only found one bow. Ooh, Dazed, you have no idea how lucky you are right now. And Helmasar's taken out. Small key. Tahara, that opens the basement. So with the hammer, honestly, I would consider heading to Swamp Palace.
Yeah, definitely.
Question is, do we remember the way? Oh, Cool Papa Bell finally in backside of Hyrule Castle. 4 checks available. Money. Map to GT. And Piece of Heart. And oh, that was the Elder. Right. That was discussed already.
Are they trying to go back to Swamp Palace? That's up on Dark Death Mountain. I'm not sure where they're going.
They are trying to head to...
Oh, they're checking the mushroom. They turned it into the witch.
Which also makes sense. There's not anything in the witch's hut. Or was it a small key? I forget which.
I think it was a small key to pod.
Well, we're not heading there either.
I'm not sure what Dazed is doing.
Finally checking the Haunted Grove Cave, apparently? And unfortunately finds a storyteller. And because hints are off, we are not gaining knowledge.
I hope they didn't lose Swamp Palace.
No, I just realized I don't think this is going to matter for item progression, but it may matter for big key progression. We now have access to the Pyramid of Power.
Swamp is on the top of Death Mountain on the right-hand side. Like the cave before Turtle Rock entrance.
And we do have desert access. So the best way to go there would be Kakariko, take desert entrance main at West Snitch House, end up at desert right, fall down once, and then take the cave next to Hookshot Cave. There you go, that's Swamp. But the thing is, I genuinely am concerned that we need the Titansmiths in order to access Eastern. However, Cool Papa Bell is choosing to explore Westside GT right now. May find something.
Is he getting the bomb?
Well, we do find magic powder, second bottle, cane of Burna, and a compass to Thieves Town. Oh, the hammer was located pod dark maze bottom right chest. And there we go, Dazed has gotten the big bomb.
He's looking for that eastern entrance. Which makes sense, because if it does turn up in one of these locations, then he truly is in go mode.
Alright, 5 more checks available inside Ganon's tower. We have to deal with the Fire Snake room, and then the... In the vanilla game, it's just a munition supply room. But we often call it the Rando room because it's typically only in Randomizer do we access the 4 checks. Alright, moment of truth. Pyramid of Power. Storyteller. And as for GT, small key to Meyer, a compass, some bombs, and some money. GT is cleared out for now. And at this point, Dazed remembering the small key of desert that was found to pick up a Turtle Rock key that's pointless. But we'll probably head to Swamp after this. Cool Papa Bell, meanwhile, wants to get some revenge on some Ice Armos. I like Cool Papa Bell's approach, trying to use Cane of Burna and Sword Beams to keep the Armos Knights at bay. And just gathering everyone in a corner. There we go. Cool Papa Bell, here's a belated sword. Hope you don't mind. And, ooh, because of the powder, we have the magic back check, too. I forgot about this one. Unfortunately, it's not worth much. Now, I am aware of I believe the trick is called Diver Down, where you could possibly get away without picking up that small key that has just been flooded. And I believe it works under a similar principle to the Icebreaker, where you have to position yourself just right and use the Cane of Samaria to, well, take out the mini Stalfos, but then pop out, poke, squeeze through, and voila! I admit that I still don't exactly get the mechanics of the trick. But according to chat, they...
Yeah, they didn't grab the key.
So in this case, the Diver Down is meant to try to save time, but it only works if you remember to get the key, because you still need to spend the key on the door on the north. Oh.
He's about to remember it.
Not yet. Never went to the southern chest first. The remembering is going to be delayed. And so here's the big chest. And here is the realization. Oh, and not even opening the swamp. Oh, right. Daze doesn't have the big key to Swamp Palace yet.
Nope.
And the block is deciding to be a bit of a trip. There we go, we force our way through. Now, we're going to have to hope that that big chest of Swamp Palace doesn't have anything important. So if you thought diving down once was cool, you get to see it a second time. Now, hopefully, we remember to actually see the contents of the chests. And inside the waterfall room...
Wow, swamping just like a whole big pile of nothing except for that glove at the very, very beginning.
The Titan's mitts have to be somewhere, right? Because at this point, I think we have covered all the entrances.
They can still do Spike Cave and Mimic Cave.
You're right, they do have those available now. Vitreous and Argus go down, but Argus getting the last laugh, and coolpapabell having the last sword. So, we have to think about what's remaining. There's Ice Palace, there's Mimic Cave, there's Spike Cave. We've covered all of Pod at this point. Actually, have we covered both sides of Pod yet?
No, I don't believe so.
And the only other entrance I don't know if we've checked that we... Wait. No, that entrance requires Titan's mitts, never mind. The only entrance I don't recall if we've checked is the normal exit to Paradox Top in the vanilla game.
Correct. Well, it would just be a connector because it's a dead end. We already saw the other side, which was Turtle Rock. No. No, we haven't checked it yet. No, we haven't.
The back of Skullwoods was checked. That was a connector. I genuinely am starting to think this is a hunt for Titan's mitts.
Yeah, unfortunately, coolpapabell doesn't know that yet.
And of course, if we find the big key to Ganon's tower first, we're likely going to have to just climb it up.
Well, we're definitely not going to see the smith or the purple chest from Dazed.
And dazedcloud is about to not be happy with the rewards.
We finally get that catfish check from coolpapabell.
And yes, chat, the mushroom item was checked, but both already have it, and I think its use has already been played out.
And the only ones I don't have marked off are Mini Moldworm, Green Pendant, Spike, Smith, and Purple Chest.
So, I know that this isn't normally... I know this isn't the normal game where I ask for this, but do you have access to the bet command?
I do.
Let Chet have some fun, shall we?
I shall set that up for you, sir.
Thank you kindly, my lady. So, Chet, we are about to set up a mini little questionnaire where all you have to do is enter !bet and just tell us where you think the Titan Smiths are, because we most likely need those in order to finish the game. And oh yeah, cool pop. I said wait for the question to show, folks. A little bit of patience. This is going to be a short bet in the end, but at least worth finding out. Well, there's the map of Eastern Palace, but unfortunately, the map won't tell us where Eastern Palace is located.
Sorry, my computer did not want to cooperate with me.
And here is the icebreaker that I talked about. Get positioned just right. I think it requires a few one-frame taps and the correct cane equipped.
Yeah, this sprite, the shadow is really hard to see. That's making that setup a little difficult. And he gets it. Pretty sure my Pink Friday is gonna win. There's another bottle.
Alright, spike room. Money. And cool Papa Bell approaching Argus. Alright, iced tea room. What do we got? No, not there. Nice bomb jump, Argus down, and the fourth bottle. Alright, big chest is going to be left behind, folks.
Ooh, this is an entrance we haven't seen. Well, yeah, we can't see it because you don't have Titan. Sorry, never mind.
No, don't feel bad. I got confused by that one too earlier, so I get it.
Like I said, I am not feeling very well at all.
Don't you worry, Jinxie. I've got you covered as best as I can here.
I appreciate that. Our answer is not ice so far. but it could be that green pendant.
Well, Sahasrara is available now. Alright, we managed to do a Harapot warp on coolpapabell's side. And now we're actually going to see Spike Cave. Will it have genuine value? Or will we just be saying my toes the whole way? Well, we're definitely saying my toes. But is the
Wow,
pain
that was
worth it?
clutch.
No!
Oh my gosh.
It is not Spike Cave.
Where in the world are these Titans mints?
We're running very low on checks, folks.
Yes, we are.
Alright, after dazedcloud checks Sahasrara, close the bet, please.
Okay.
It's not Sahasrara. Okay. So... let's make sure we're not missing anything, folks. But we've seen Catfish. Can't access that entrance yet. I don't think we've seen Bo's side of Pod.
No, we haven't. Top Life has bet that it's in the Bollock side of Pod, so let's see if they're right.
Well, it's technically worth 2 checks, but if it works, it works.
He specifically said left chest.
Okay, so
But that's the
arena...
closest to Pod guess. There it is.
Technically, it's Bo's side, but close enough. Give them the points. And
That has to feel really bad knowing that you were right there and could have checked that.
I could not see what we needed to enter the Mire entrance. We no longer need that. And we have Bombos. Okay, so Aga 1 is fully dead at this point. Oh, and of course the tavern's right there. Okay, game, you've had plenty of time for humor this match. Now show us
Oh
Eastern,
my
please.
gosh. It could be in Turtle Rock.
It could be.
It's getting very close to being Turtle Rock.
We are down to, I believe, 4 entrances left. One that our runners could have accessed a while ago, and maybe I just missed it. You know, Vanilla Paradox Upper. We do have a Mire entrance right here, so technically we're at 5. We have a Hammerpeg Cave. And actually, I know what's for it because that other check was purple chest. Or it's not Vanilla Ice Palace. That is back of Elder today. Okay, is it Misery Mire entrance? No.
Oh my gosh. I think it has to be Turtle Rock.
It could be Hammerpegs.
Ah, yes, could be there too.
And that's where dazedcloud's heading.
No, it can't be in GT because we need all 7 crystals to open GT.
Well, one of our trekkers, Bliberol, has been thinking Eastern Palace is in Hammerpegs. It could be. We don't need anything else right now. So... moment of truth, I guess. And there we go, Cool Papa Bell getting the harder to get bow first, and
there it is.
Liberal stops at 5,000 rupees and a spin, guessing correctly on Eastern Palace at Hammerpegs. Which means dazedcloud is ready to finish this off. Not even bothering with any of the chests.
Yeah, definitely no need to.
There's the freebie small key. Floor switch rooms not causing a problem. Marble Madness. A little bit of trouble, but not too bad. And now, the only thing between dazedcloud and Ganon are the 6 Armos Knight. Excuse me, the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1, the... What boss was there again?
Yeah, those silvers take him down, no problem. Quick flute to the witch's hut and a drop to Ganon, and it will be game over.
Cool Papa Bell having the red boomerang from taking out Lenmola's, but it's going to be too little too late. Unless we have a number of Ganon falls. Speaking of which, what are the words of wisdom for tonight? Think you're so smart? Bet you didn't know you can't hum while holding your nose closed. Yeah, that's actually kind of tricky. Anyway, Ganon has 4 phases of battle. First, the simple teleports and trident throws, then the big fire spin. Get 12 gold sword slashes in. May have been 6, I'm forgetting, it has been a little while. And then you teleport to Spiral Fire, where the ground starts falling apart.
Cool Papa Bell gonna save himself a lot of time going to get these titans before taking down Helmasaur. And it's 4 arrows.
I was talking about the sword swings prior, but there we go.
Oh, gotcha.
That is 2 swings, 2 shots down, and then 2 more. All dazedcloud has to do is no! You're supposed to cross the bridge of destiny, not
Oh my
under it.
god! Wow.
It has been a long time since I've seen that happen.
That is the first time I've seen that happen.
So, I know that some runners like to get into an optimal position close to the top whenever Ganon is defeated, but at the same time, for some reason I recall that if you stand super close, the bridge may not spawn once the music ends. So, I like to basically, you know how that top row is right now gone? I like to stand somewhere between the second and third currently existing row.
I stand on the Triforce because I am not taking my chances.
Okay, I guess I take slightly more chances, but not that much. Uh-oh. Daze is kinda low on magic, even with half magic. Fortunately, has a green potion. And, D-Wait Reverse Eye, I hope I said that right. Thank you for the bits to Zelda speedruns. Oh, uh-oh. Now dazedcloud is running low on health.
Oh my gosh, they have to be so tilted from that stinking wall. That's awful.
Alright.
I'll stay right there.
Stay there. Wait for the music to stop. Wait for the Bridge of Destiny to open. And then cross. We can celebrate. Now, I forget if the race bot reports the time here in chat. There we go, dazedcloud finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 36 minutes, 16 seconds. Thank you, chat, for giving out your GGs. We are right now seeing if Dazed wishes to come in for an interview. While in the meantime, coolpapabell is making the logical choice of checking out, southwestern Dark World, but unfortunately not paying off right now.
GG's, dazedcloud.
GG, just a second here. I gotta move around some sounds here real fast so I can hear you. Oh my god. Did y'all like the plunge off the side there?
That was amazing, and I've never seen that happen before, and I did not handle it well.
I didn't either. I went, oh my god, I'm gonna lose because of that.
No, you're still in good shape.
I felt terrible. Like I felt the entire game. I felt awful. It just like one thing after another. There, I think I forgot when it was about 50 minutes in, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait,
and I've never
what?
seen that happen before.
Wait,
and
what do I
did not
do?
Handle it well.
What was happening there? Both of you had to deal with some kinda nasty cross-key logic in order to head to eastern side of pod area.
Mm-hmm.
And once you remembered the whole Desert Palace to Hyrule Castle connection, Then you were able to get Cane of Samaria, and from there you were able to get all the other things you needed, like the hookshot and Pegasus boots. And it was just, bit nasty.
I think what bothers me is the most about that is, see, that part, okay, that's fine, but like the moment that I got all that stuff, I'm just thinking to myself, if he did that before me, I am so unbelievably behind right now. So I just like shifted into clear everything as fast as humanly possible. And then when I got that hammer, I'm going, oh, sweet, I'm in go mode. As long as Eastern isn't locked by mitts, I'm in go mode. And I'm looking and I'm like, I've got, I would say like 5 or 6 more entrances there versus like 5 or 6 that are locked. So I just was like, you know what? We're going. And the moment I did that cost me a good 20 to 25 minutes. So that was crazy.
So
It was, but so often Titans aren't even needed for cross keys, so I definitely don't blame you taking that gamble.
Oh yeah, it didn't work out in my favor that time. That was the worst part. The thing is if I had just gone like when I mirrored after getting the hammer, if I had just ran back to the other side there, I would have been completely okay and gone up the Bullock side and just seen what items to get there, because I didn't have silvers or anything. So that would have made sense, kind of. But
you want to know what's funny?
What's funny?
You missed out on the golden sword in the dark maze.
Did I really?
Yep, that was the other chest.
I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so I've left pod. I'm not going back. It's going to be somewhere else. So then I clear the game. I'm just glad. I am just so glad that the GT Big Key never showed up, because I would have climbed the tower.
Yeah, your opponent didn't find it either. And actually, there were only 3 item locations that we don't know, other than what all's in Eastern. And that's Mini Moldorm was never found, and the Smith and the Purple Chest was never done. And that's it.
That means Mini Moldorm has to be the Turtle Rock entrance, because I have or Ganon's tower. Yeah, because I have everything else finished.
Technically, I thought Turtle Rock entrance was actually left side desert based off of where you exited, or was that a different dungeon I was thinking of? Either way, technically the Big Key could have also been found in left side mire, which ended up being the thieves' hideout, because as soon as you saw that room, you were like, no, don't need the chests, and you skedaddled.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point, I was just sitting there going, gotta go. And man, oh god, that Ganon fall. Like probably one of the prettiest Ganon fights I've ever had. Like at least the phase 4 of Ganon, one of the prettiest ones I've ever had. And then to follow it up by getting ready to hit done and not paying attention to my left thumb that just kind of pressed up. And I just went, woo! And the moment I went down, I just was like, oh no! I'm thinking to myself, he's right behind me. I'm doomed. And no, I got lucky. So
now, if you were to have done that maybe 3 more times, it would be a lot closer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this back here, because man, it felt bad the whole way.
From what I've heard, my fellow co-commentator has had a bit of good luck for the runners lately, so honestly, you can blame me for joining in on commentary to cause some unintentional chaos for this seed.
Yeah, well,
You did have a 5-minute moon pearl, so I mean, I feel like that was very generous. But of course, that also opens up the entire Dark World.
I actually, yeah, the moment I saw that moon pearl, I just kind of went, this is both very good and very bad at the same time. I'm like, if I could be looking for stuff for a long time. Oh man. Oh well. What are you gonna do? You know, I mean, I'll go back and watch this one and just kind of sit here and start screaming at myself at about the 2-hour mark when I pick up the hammer.
I mean, these are still great times considering that you both pretty much full cleared the game. Now, Cool Papa Bell never went into Ice Palace, I don't think. So that's the only difference. But I mean, you did really great.
I'm stunned that it's only a 170. I mean, it felt like so much more, but hey, you know, what are you gonna do?
Well, I think going without a sword for an hour is pretty brutal, and it feels like it takes forever because you're using bombs, you're using Samaria, like stupid things to try and kill enemies. So that does definitely make it feel like, oh my god, this is taking forever. I'm never going to be done. Well, and then knowing here was on the Ganon's Tower Torch, that's brutal. I would rather not know where it is than know where it is and not be able to get it.
Yeah, true. Like, I mean, at some point there, like I said, about 50 some minutes in, I hit this moment where I was just like, I wasn't sure what to do next. So I just walked up and did ped, and that just kind of gave me a little bit better of a idea of what to do. But man, oh geez. I'm just glad it's over. I can relax for 2 weeks, and then I got somebody who's I think is pretty good at this game. I don't know, Lin. Anybody heard anything about them?
Oh, I hear they're pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my hands full, to put it mildly.
Yeah, I might have seen them a time or two, but I'll definitely make sure that I'm trying to restream a little bit more. I think we're joining. Oh, and there's Cool Papa Bell. Welcome, GG's.
GG's. I didn't even deserve to be that close in this race, but good job, Dazed.
Thanks, bud. GG's to you too.
Both, first of all, just so it's actually formally announced, Cool Papa Bell, you did get to 3840, but honestly, both of you were struggling with this overworld. And there's no shame in that. Fortunately, you were both able to recover relatively quickly with finding the connectors you needed, but it was the connectors that were causing problems.
I mean, I can list several things that I did in that run that were shameful. I mean, not checking Hyrule right to get over to the right side of the Dark World. I mean, I didn't even think about kern jumping to get over there, which you know, I feel like I should have thought about at least, although it wouldn't have happened until I had a glove. So, but yeah, there were just lots of dumb things that I did in that run. I feel bad about not checking the back of Turtle Rock the first time I was in there, because I could have gotten that hook shot so much earlier.
Yeah, hook shot was in one direction, boots were in the other, and you know, it's just both ways would have opened up things. I can't fault your play on that one.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I was certainly not going to go kill Pokies with just bombs, but I should have done the Crystal Roller Room then. That would have saved me so much time later. But yeah, I don't regret not wanting to kill Pokies with bombs. That I don't feel bad about at all.
Then kudos for that.
Do we have any final statements about this interesting seed?
Thanks to the new tracker there. That's awesome. Great job on your first tracking assignment there. Great job. And thanks to you guys for getting everything set up.
Very welcome, and we will definitely be back with more of our continuing coverage of the Crossworld Keysanity tournament. dazedcloud heading into winner bracket round 4 against Lin. Cool Papa Bell, this is not the last we will see of you, just dropping to a different bracket, but definitely excited to see you play some more. Just unbelievable times considering that this was pretty much 100% clear seed and still getting it in, a 230 and a 238. That's just incredible. And GG's to both of you. You should be very, very proud of the game you played.
Well, thank you very much. Have a great day.
And with that, I'm going to say thank you to my co-com, our two wonderful trackers, ZeldaSpeedRuns, and most especially you, the chat, who are always there to keep us on our toes, help us figure out logic when we have no idea what's going on, and always being, here to support the runners. Please be sure to give the runners some love, my co-commentator and our trackers. Welcome again, our new tracker. And we will see you very soon here on Zelda Speedruns. Have a good night.
Keep on grooving, everyone, and stay safe.